Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Chuku. I welcome you all to a lesson about energy. Does this sound like something you've heard before? Energy? Well, I have. And I would like to share some of the things I know about the amazing world of energy and where it comes from. Let's begin. Did you hear that sound? It is the sound of thunder. That sound means that the atmosphere has released some type of energy. You see, energy is everywhere in the universe, and it is used for all sorts of things here on Earth, like moving cars, trains, turning on light bulbs, and many more things. What then is energy? Energy is when something works. Other people might say energy is the ability to do work. So, when something works or can do work, it means that it can change and move. For example, energy is needed to cook food, to drive to school, or jump in the air. You might ask yourself, how is this possible? Let me tell you a short story to answer that question. Millions of years ago, even before the age of dinosaurs, ancient plants, animals, and other living things lived in swamps. As they died, they were covered by layers of mud, sand, and other materials. The great weight of these layers pressed them further and further into the earth, turning them into fuels, which we now use today as a source of energy. The fuels are turned into products like gas, oil, and coal. Today, we use these fuels to make electricity, which powers things in our homes like light, TV appliances, the kettle, microwave, and other appliances. We use gas cookers to heat things on the stove, while petrol and diesel are used to power most vehicles like cars, buses, tractors, and airplanes too. Let's remind ourselves once again that energy is when something works, and it is everywhere. So, a kettle needs energy to work. When it works, it makes water hot. A TV needs energy to work. When it works, it shows moving pictures. People need energy to move their bodies. If this happens, they walk, jump, run, and do many other things. I have a question. You might be thinking about it too. The question is this: where does energy come from? If you remember the story I just shared with you, you would know that energy comes from fuels that have been in the earth for millions and millions of years. But energy can be used in different ways when it appears in different forms. Yes, energy can come from a source, but it can come in different forms. What exactly does this mean then? Well, it's simple. The energy used in homes to power light bulbs is not the same energy you need to run around the classroom. These are two different forms of energy. Let's learn about some forms of energy, shall we? 1. Electrical energy. Electrical energy comes from the movement of electric charges. This is a type of energy you need to power light bulbs, TV appliances, and many more things that need electricity to work. 2. Gravitational energy. Extremely large objects like the Earth and the Sun create energy. For example, when you jump, you don't float off to somewhere. You fall back to the Earth. 3. Kinetic energy. Anything that moves has motion or kinetic energy. 4. Light energy. The Earth gets a lot of its energy from the light of the Sun. 5. Potential energy. If you've ever seen a spring before, especially one that is pressed all the way down, once it is released, it bounces all the way off somewhere. This is because it stores a type of energy called potential energy. Can you think of other examples that show the 5 different forms of energy I shared with you? When you do, try to share those examples with your friends, just to show how much you know about this lesson. We have come to the end of this lesson on forms of energy. Until next lesson, bye for now.